Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP humanly possible from the Fashion Report minigame located inside the Gold Saucer every Friday when judging actually begins. This is week 209, and as we can see, the theme is Poor Man's Pugilist. The clues then include cooking up a storm for the body, iron fist for your hands, avant-garde for your feet, and jewels of yellow for your left ring slot or your bottom ring slot. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 humanly possible. So without further ado, let's go straight into that 100. Alrighty then, there's our 100. So to get a 100 this week, very easily, I went for the Stained Chef's Apron. You can get this then from a vendor, also known as the junk monger, sort of little, I don't know what are those fellas hanging out by the waterside in the upper sections of Lenosha. As you can see here, if you go to the plundered stuff and go down there to the bottom, you'll find the Stained Chef's Apron. Very easily obtainable. This is 1,684 gil. Alternatives to this slot do include the linen smock, which is something you can also purchase from low-level city-state armor vendors, such as Gwalter, as well as the augmented Gallikeeps whites apparently will work, and probably a bunch of other stuff. But this is the easiest option to go for, and will give you your gold for this slot. For the hands then, these are the Emperor's New Gloves. If you remember how to get these, essentially there was a quest called If I Had a Glamour. Essentially that will unlock a section at Mordona off of the NPC Tartaroga, who you can purchase the invisible glamour from. So this is the stuff that turns whatever you've got into something invisible. Say for instance you've got a pair of gloves but you don't have anything to glamour it to, this is what those are for. But if you equip these for today's fashion report, you will get gold for this slot. Alternatives to the Emperor's New Gloves include the punching gloves, which are crafted with leatherworker, and I believe the Pagos field dressing will work as well from Eureka Pagos lockboxes. For the feet then, I went for the goatskin leg guards. This is something that unfortunately locks the 100 today to a Disciple of War job or class at level 20 or above. This then is very easily obtainable from any low-level city-state armor vendor such as Gwalter here, and you can get this off of the level 20 to 29 tab for 720 gil. These are obviously feet. Don't do what I did and look aimlessly for like 5 minutes at the leg section. Don't be fooled by the name, they are feet. But that's pretty much what I did to get gold there. Alternatives to this include the toad skin leg guards, also vendor purchased, and I believe the raptor skin leg guards will work as well. And then finally for the 100, for our bottom ring slot or our left ring slot is the Sphene ring. This is something that's equipable by all classes in the game level 29 and above, and you can get this from low level jewelry vendors such as Sileus in the steppes of Thal of Uldar, as you can see right here. This will be from the battle accessories for 1,735 gil. Alternatives to this basically include any ring that's yellow. This includes stuff like the Heliodor ring and the Amber ring and so on and so forth. There's lots of possible options, but this is the cheapest and more accessible option for everyone. And that's the 100 score, which isn't actually that bad. Personally, I would chase this 100 this week. So let's move on to that other option that is a bit meh, which is the dies. So here's the die options then. Unfortunately, a lot of expensive dies this week. First of all, very cheaply accessible, fortunately, for the weapon. We have olive green. For our helm, we have any helm in the game dyed jet black. Any chest in the game dyed chocolate brown. Then our hands need to be dyed jet black. Our legs metallic silver. And finally, you guessed it, another jet black for our feet. That's 3 jet black dyes that you'll have to purchase with either real money from the cash shop or of course get from retainers or purchase gil with from the market board. So yeah, that's not really that valid of an option unless you already have stuff dyed this way, which of course I already did, but not everyone's going to have that lying around. Yeah, I don't know what the fascination is with using expensive dies personally, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's move on to the easiest 80 of the week. Alrighty then, so for the easiest 80 possible, essentially since all of those 4 items we used for our 100 out of our choice were all very easily accessible, I guess you could just use any 2 of those that you have lying around. Personally, I would say though, and I would agree, that the best and easiest option is the Emperor's New Gloves as your glove slot, simply because the quest associated with that is accessible, like, what is that, level 15? I think, something like that. And the actual Sphene Ring as well, accessible, level 29 and above. This is a pretty good option of 2 vendor purchased items. Not too bad. Other ways you could do this, of course, is like having the Stained Chef's Apron as your chest piece, and then the Sphene Ring, for example, or the Goatskin Leg Guards and the Sphene Ring, or whatever you want to do. Basically, any of those combinations will get you basically enough score this week to get over 80, which is all you need for the maximum MGP anyway. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward this week. I don't think you'll have too many issues, so go enjoy your MGP, and hopefully next week is just as easy, and hopefully we get some die options that aren't expensive. Thank you to Kaiko Star, the rest of the Reddit team, and to all of the people who theorycraft this each and every week. A link in the description will take you to the Reddit thread. Thank you so much for watching this video. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.